good morning, afternoon, or evening. I am Dr. Roger Goddard, and this is the Calm Power program. And we've been going over the key basic Calm Power skills in the 4 key Calm Power areas. And those areas, you know, are body, mind, heart, and soul. You know that by now. We looked at body. So important to have a relaxed body, to eat right, to get the physical exercise that we need. We looked at mind. So important to have tough thinking skills, to use PIPS, problem identification, problem solving. Well, now we're up to blue sky mind. Our minds are incredible. They're an incredible machine. So far, no computer comes up to what our minds can do. Our minds are intuitive, they're emotional, they're extrasensory, they're intelligent, they're amazing. Our minds are part of a nervous system that basically identifies threat in our environment, calculates strategies to be able to overcome difficulties, and we have created, in the short span of civilization, the mind and humankind has created amazing discoveries, amazing inventions. The world that we're living in now, in just the past 100 years, we hardly had electricity. So the last 100, 125 years, enormous changes have happened. Maybe 50 years ago, we hardly really had all kinds of jets and atomic energy and computers and technology and the World Wide Web and this kind of technology that we can do. 10, 20, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, we barely had the internet. It's amazing what the mind can do. The mind is incredible. But as a nervous system, the mind can be very, very difficult in terms of day-to-day life because our mind is constantly on the go. That's why we need our rest, our sleep every night to be able to refresh, revitalize, refuel the mind. But our minds are constantly busy, yapping, talking, analyzing, thinking, discovering, exploring, all kinds of things that really help us to live a great life. But the mind is very chaotic. It's a stream of consciousness with images and words and feelings and sensations and all kinds of things that cross our mind. A river of consciousness, stream of consciousness, constantly rushing ahead, rushing along with all kinds of activity. And it's this activity that can sometimes make the mind get overtaxed, overwhelmed. Very often, we go about in a state of thoughts that are habitual, of nervousness, anxiety, worried thoughts, anxious thoughts, insecure thoughts, self-conscious thoughts, anticipatory thoughts, all sorts of things that can make for a very difficult minute-to-minute, hour-to-hour, day-by-day experience of ourselves, of life. All this constant thought that's really making things tough. Now, very important to examine our core beliefs, to make sure our core beliefs are not telling us ourselves things that can really work against us. But more than that, we need to be able to be in better control of the nature of our thoughts, of how we think. Because many of us have certain modalities of thought, ways of thinking, a style of thinking that really ends up tying us into knots, making things difficult for ourselves, putting us in states of depression, of anxiety. Our thoughts and the way we think, that's developed in childhood over many years in terms of what we think, how we think, what is the nature of our thoughts. Are they positive? Are they negative? Are they optimistic? Are they paranoid? Are they fearful? Are they creepy? Are they eerie? Are they difficult for us, for our enjoyment of life? Over time, they become very habitual, and we get back to the same mindset. Think of our stream of consciousness as putting on certain glasses, certain lenses, to filter what we see and how we see it. Depending on your career, on your experiences, and all sorts of things, you wear different stream of consciousness glasses that make you attend to certain things in your environment, that make you feel a certain way, that make you, maybe involve you in a very chaotic, intense, crazy flowing nature of thought, or depressive thinking. This is where we need to take a step back from our normal stream of consciousness. And Buddhism has been a way through the centuries of being able to help people to not get overwhelmed and caught up in their thoughts. Meditation has really helped people to be able to not be overcome by their thoughts, overtaken by their thoughts. But doing day-to-day meditation sometimes is very hard for people. And even if we sit and do meditation, very often it doesn't last that long. Now in psychology, in therapy today, it's very important to teach clients who are too anxious, maybe depressed, all kinds of other problems, mindfulness meditation skills. And mindfulness meditation is wonderful. It's fantastic. It helps to soothe our stream of consciousness, our thoughts, helps to calm ourselves down. But it's hard for a lot of us to do. We have busy lives. We don't have the time to do it. And even those of us who do it, very often an hour, 2 hours after doing a sitting meditation where one feels so calm, after the rushing of the thoughts and all kinds of issues start to settle down and soothe, and we start to feel more comfortable and more calm, within 1 or 2 hours, someone presses our button. A bad issue happens at work. A fear crosses our mind, and all of a sudden we're back in an anxious state in this habitual stream of consciousness that we carry around with us. So mindfulness meditation can help. Research shows how wonderful it is and how it's helped so many people. And I used to very often prescribe it to clients, but I would find that people would come back and say, gee doc, this is very well and fine, but I don't have the time to do it. I'm doing it and I'm still very anxious, I'm still very nervous. So going back to calm body skill, what I had mentioned then, we need to work on feeling good, feeling great, feeling wonderful all day long. Calming our bodies down all day long. Likewise, same thing for the mind. We need to be working all day long on a calm mind state. Some people assert that many Buddhists, for example, in the world, or even a majority of Buddhists, don't even meditate. That they're in a meditative state because they've learned how to calm their thoughts down, or they have certain concepts that help them to enjoy life energy as being something that is calm, soft, intelligent, vital, energizing, positive, peaceful, tranquil. When I've been in the Far East, you notice this very often. Many communities, many towns, many places where people are still living that way. So the idea here is, if you can do mindfulness meditation on a daily basis, sitting meditation, that's good. But it may or may not help you to have a calm state all day long. So whether you do it or whether you don't do it, this key, third mind power skill is about blue sky mind. Blue sky mind. Developing a mind state, a stream of consciousness where the river of consciousness, the stream of consciousness is soft, it's flowing, it's peaceful, it's invigorating, it's cleansing, as opposed to it's worried, it's polluted, it's filled with all kinds of difficult things. And it takes some training. It's not easy to break any habit, we know that. All these skills take practice, take getting used to them, and then they become second nature. I love playing tennis. And every time I learn a new way of stroking in tennis, a better way of doing something, it feels like this is the most awkward thing. How do you do this? This can't be right. It feels so weird. And then once you get used to it, you don't even think about it. It becomes natural and it feels so natural because it's right. So with the blue sky mind state, it's very important to be able to work on it over a period of time, of calming our mind down, of listening to our breath throughout the day, of being more peaceful inside, of being more tranquil, of noticing when we're in a state of worry, fear, depression, where our thought bubbles, or our thought environment, the weather inside, our mind weather, the river, the stream is polluted, is dirty, is raining, is flooding, is chaotic, is difficult, to notice those moments when our mind has kind of gone overboard, and to be able to step back from that, take a breath, and all day long work on calming our mind down, being in blue sky mind state. What is blue sky mind state? Blue sky mind state is a state of alertness, of intelligence, of peace, of tranquility, of joy, enjoyment of life, all through the day, of calming our thoughts, calming our minds so we feel really energized and good. Many people, when they start to meditate, if they meditate by doing sitting meditation, they associate being calm with being sleepy or going to sleep. But that's not what it's all about. For example, with Buddhists, Hindus, other people who meditate, the mind can be extremely alert, extremely active, not dull, not tired, not hazy, very alert. The mind is intelligent, but also very calm. Very calm. So how do we go about this throughout the day to be able to develop a blue sky mind state so that we're feeling good, we're enjoying life, and we're taking in the beauty and the miracle of nature, of people, of relationships, of discussions. We're learning from our environment. We're receptive. We're merging. We're part of it. Thich Nhat Hanh, Vietnamese Buddhist teacher who really is wonderful. You probably know of him and have heard of him or read some of his books. If not, do it right away. He's wonderful. He really embodies that spirituality and the Buddhism as I understood it being in the Far East. With heart, a Buddhism really with heart. Sometimes in the States here, some movements, some communities can get very intense about their meditation, seeing it almost as a militaristic sort of thing, and discipline, and sitting and taming the mind, and battling the mind. Well, my experience of it is that it doesn't have to be that way. The mind is good. The mind is intelligent. Many traditions see the mind as just another aspect of God, of nature, of the Tao, of the flow of the universe, as intelligence. And so the mind is not to be hated, disliked, squashed. It's not that we go into a meditative state and we turn off our thoughts and have no thought whatsoever, even though sometimes it can feel very, very calm, as though thoughts aren't bugging us. Thoughts have cleared out of the way and we have a blue sky state of mind. But the idea, though, is to be able to feel relaxed without being sleepy, without being tired, but being alert and joyful in our mind state. So how this is done is, number one, recognition when we're in another mind state. Number two, all day long to be breathing deeply, maybe listening to our breath, to use what I call active meditation, where we're actually going through talking to other people, doing the things during the day, and relaxing our mind, feeling good about ourselves, feeling in a calm state. So the blue sky mind state can be had all through the day as we build our ability to feel it by doing various things, depending upon what feels best to you to calm your mind down. There can be many different ways. Blue sky mind, however, can be thought of S for space surrounds and nurtures me. K for Ki, endless flowing energy. Y for yin yang, good bad, enjoy it all. Space surrounds and nurtures me. I think the ratio of space to matter in our universe is like 1 to 1,000,000. There's a lot of space between us, within us. Don't mean to get too cosmic on you, but of course you look at the stars and you see how these little dots are in the sky and how much space there is out there. Well, in atomic structure there's a lot of space, but we don't notice it. We live in a very solid world. Everything seems very solid to us, but there's a lot of energy going on. There's a lot of space within it. And if we tune our minds into the space, we're able to calm our minds, because that is a natural part of life. Life is not only matter, but life is matter and space. And making our minds more aware of the space, like the space in a blue sky, helps us to relax the mind, to enjoy the space that is there to be enjoyed in life, that is meant to be there to surround life, to hold life, to comfort life. So space awareness is very, very good, very, very helpful. Ki awareness, Chi, however you might pronounce it, is the word, the Oriental Eastern word for life energy. Flowing, moving life energy. So when we're calming our mind, getting into a blue state of mind, we're aware of energy as being all around us, through us. Our thoughts are energy. The heat of the day is energy. Everything is emitting energy and changing. Thich Nhat Hanh, the Vietnamese Buddhist monk, talks about interbeing Everything is interconnected, changing. The food we eat comes from the sunshine and the plants and the trees and the soil and everything growing and water. Everything is interconnected, moving one thing into another. The Buddhist concept, interdependence, interbeing. So all energy is transforming constantly. There's all sorts of energies flying through us right now that we don't even see, that are not visible. Maybe radiation energy, radio waves, TV waves, internet waves, you name it. All of life is so much flowing energy. And if we can step back from being like stuck in any particular thought to appreciate the flowing energy of life, it's a wonderful feeling. So we have our space to step back into and to be able to enjoy and feel life from that. And it's also the ability to notice the flowing of all energy around us and how beautiful it is and how harmonious really and how incredible it is. And sometimes energy clashes and people argue or nations get into fights. All sorts of things happen that are difficult that will eventually resolve itself. But being more in tune and harmonious with all these energies will help us to be able to resolve these things quicker, but particularly help us to enjoy it and help us to be able to have the mind be at its highest level of functioning so we can find solutions to the problems we do face, the conflicts we get into, and we can enjoy life regardless of what we're facing. Yin-yang, good, bad, all is positive. Yin-yang, we live in a positive, negative universe. Some things we're going to be annoyed at, fearful of, nervous about, we don't like. Other things we love, we like. We have all kinds of reactions. Things are good and bad in this universe. And when our thoughts are too focused on reacting to the good or the bad or craving for the good or craving for the bad, we get caught up in neurotic thinking, neurotic mind. When we are able to step back and realize, well, okay, there is an interplay, positive and negative forces constantly, yin and yang, chasing one another, all the energy in the universe, the space in the universe, step back from life in terms of our being overwhelmed by problems and issues and emotions to a state of enjoying it, appreciating it, seeing the energy, learning from the energy, learning from what we're seeing, the yin-yang constantly changing between us. So if all through the day we follow our breath, we breathe deeply, and put ourselves into a state of feeling the beauty and the space and the peace of blue sky mind, we're able to go about our day feeling much, much better. And to be able to catch ourselves when we get caught in negative states. Blue sky mind. Blue sky mind. Blue. B stands for body deeply relaxed. Our body is deeply relaxed. All through the day as we go about the things that we're doing, we just feel the difference between subtle, tight, tense muscles and relaxed, calm, soft muscles. We just make a command in our own heads. Body, relax, chill out, calm down, soothe, release the tension. And we can feel the difference between the subtle tightness that we carry in our face, in our shoulders, our arms, our stomachs, all over our body, our legs, our back, to just releasing that tension. Body fully, deeply relaxed. L for loving awareness. Loving awareness. That means our awareness is with a feeling of love and care and tenderness and gentleness and softness in it. Loving awareness. Very often these states are called mindfulness. I much prefer loving awareness because we're aware. We're aware that we're aware. We're enjoying our awareness, but we're aware in a way that we really are appreciating what we're seeing, what we're experiencing, what we're feeling, what we're thinking. Loving awareness of the passing world, the parade of life. BLU. U for ultimate stillness. Ultimate stillness. There is a stillness in the universe that is just magnificent, and that when we tune into that stillness, we feel calm. We feel the joy of that stillness. BLUE. E for enjoying this moment. As we go about our day, we make a conscious effort to enjoy the moment, to say, okay, this is a horrible situation. I can't believe this is happening to me. This is terrible. But what can I learn from it? How can I get through this time? I know that life is yin and yang, and that times will be good, times will be bad, days will be good, days will be bad. How can I make the most of this moment? How can I enjoy this moment for what it is? And then we get moments that are really enjoyable, then it's easy to do and fun to do. Blue sky mind. B for body deeply relaxed, L for loving awareness, U for ultimate stillness, and E, enjoying this moment. This brings us to active meditation skill. And the active meditation skill stands for A, for alert, relaxed mind. Alert, relaxed mind. We're alert, we're awake, we don't have to be tired or groggy or falling asleep. That's not the way to be relaxed. We can be relaxed with a mind that's sharp, crystal clear, bright, energized, alert, clear, feeling wonderful. C for conscious breathing. It helps to listen to our breathing as we go about our daily activities all through the day. Or maybe we're really making an effort to do an active meditation where we're taking a walk, or we're sitting and we're doing things, but we're following our breath, conscious breathing. We're listening to our breath as it comes in and out of our nose. We're breathing deep into our stomach in order to bring oxygen, cleansing, clearing, purifying, healing oxygen deep into our lungs, deep into our body, and then releasing toxins, releasing dark, negative tension out through the air that we're releasing out through our nose. So to listen to our breath come in and our breath come out. Now sometimes it helps to tie some words to our breathing in and our breathing out. Thich Nhat Hanh, the Vietnamese Buddhist teacher, meditation Buddhist teacher, advocates being able to tie thoughts to our breathing in and breathing out. Because our Western minds are very active and we're talking, we can start to try to be conscious of our breath, and before we know it, the next minute, 2, 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes have gone by, and we're off to all sorts of thought corridors and associations, and we're back in all this mental activity. We want to calm our minds. Blue sky mind involves relaxing the mind. So sometimes if we tie words to our breathing, breathing in, I am relaxed. Breathing out, I am calm. Breathing in, relaxed. Breathing out, calm. Relaxed, calm. I breathe in pure light energy to heal my body. I breathe out dark tension, releasing it back to the world, to the universe. Breathing in calm light energy, releasing tension. Breathing in light, healing, and energy. Breathing out, I release tension. We can say anything we want as we listen to our conscious breathing as it comes in and out. This helps to focus our mind. Keep our mind a bit busy. Keep our mind focused on our breathing, on our breath. Keep our mind relaxed, not to mention the positive messages we're sending to ourselves. Now, Thich Nhat Hanh has a beautiful book, The Blooming of a Lotus, where he has all kinds of exercises tying all sorts of things into the mind for dealing with emotions and problems and issues and all sorts of things, which is really beautiful to check out. Active meditation. ACT. T for tranquil body. Relax the body. Let go of the body tension. Release the tension. Maybe we start in our feet and work our way up through the legs, through the thighs, through the middle of our body, to our chest, to our shoulders, to our arms, to our head, to our face, relaxing all the muscles one at a time. Or maybe we just, anywhere there's tension, say relax, calm, chill, tension melt away, become like water, wet noodle, wet spaghetti. ACTI, I, inner stillness. We're feeling an inner stillness that supports us, that nurtures us, that heals us, that radiates, that is us, that is there. And it's a positive inner stillness, inner energy, a part of our body that's at the center of our being that we can radiate. ACTIV, very content and happy. ACTIVE, E, empty of thought. Now we can't be totally empty of thought, but it's something to aim for. empty of thought, letting ourselves not get caught up with the content of what we're thinking. Just think of it as clouds moving along in the sky, or branches or twigs or leaves moving along in the stream of consciousness, our thought. Not to get caught up with our thought, but to be in a state of taking in life, sensing life, experiencing life, without necessarily being active in our thinking, and maybe even having very little to no thought, and just taking it in, enjoying it, feeling it. As maybe an artist would, or when we're in that peak experience and we're doing athletics, or we're doing a sport, we're not really thinking, we're in the moment. So we're just being in the moment, but we're practicing this all through the day to be empty of thought, to be relaxed in our thinking, for active imagination all through the day, so that we build a state in ourselves, maybe not like flicking a light switch. We are organic, we have to plant a seed, nurture it, cultivate it, have it grow over a period of time. But that through cultivating it, sooner or later, in a few days, a few weeks, a few months, it gets more powerful. And we've gone from being imprisoned by our negative thought patterns and these negative weather conditions that exist inside of us in terms of our being in worried states of thought, worried states of mind a lot, depressed, nervous, anxious states of mind, to being in calm, appreciative, blue sky mind, enjoying it, enjoying the moment as we build the strength of that positive blue sky mind state.